Hi everybody, and welcome to this channel, Freya's Crone. My name is Melody. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome and welcome back. To my returning subscribers for my other channel, I'm very grateful for each and every one of you guys and all the love and support that you've been giving me on this YouTube journey. Alright, so when you find this video, give me a fonzie, leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know how this general reading resonates with you. And if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and hit that little notification bell so that you know when I either go live or when I post videos. All right. So this video is for the star sign of Capricorn. For the new moon in Taurus that is peaking today, Saturday, May 16th. At 4:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This lunation is a supermoon, meaning the moon sits closer to the earth, amplifying its cosmic influence, clarity, and manifestation potential. This lunation offers much needed planetary reset focused on grounding, practical steps, financial growth, and long-term security. Because it falls in a fixed earth sign, Taurus, it shifts focus away from rapid, chaotic change towards patience and building stable foundations. It marks a major milestone as Uranus leaves Taurus for Gemini, concluding on an unpredictable 8-year cycle of disruption. Mercury conjunct the Sun and the Moon. Communicative Mercury sits close to the lunation in Taurus, aligning your thoughts, your mindset, and conversations with practical steps and real-world plans. Jupiter in Cancer sextile the moon. Expansive Jupiter forms a highly supportive angle, bringing emotional expansion, protective luck, and financial abundance. Mars conjunct Chiron in Aries. Occurring on the exact same day, this heavy alignment surfaces deep wounds and frustrations surrounding your inner strength and actions, using Taurus stability to help you heal and reclaim your confidence. It is conjunct with a fixed star, Algol, A-L-G-O-L, which can stir up intense hidden anger or feelings of betrayal, urging you to face your shadows to reclaim your personal power, hidden power. Something's hidden here. So suggestions to work with this energy is review your material security, plan your savings, cut unnecessary subscriptions, and set realistic long-term goals. You resist the urge to rush into new decisions, practice intentional presence, and allow plans to unfold organically. Engage in physical grounding techniques, spend time in nature, or connect with your senses for physical comfort and rest. Set practical intentions. Focus your manifestation intentions on building sustainable success, routine health, and permanent stability. All right, Capricorns. So what's the moon's energy look like around the Capricorn collective, please and thank you? What's the moon's energy look like around the Capricorn collective? All right, so we have Pisces here, which talks about karma, secrets, self-undoing, closure, endings, healing, expenses, hidden enemies, bed pleasures, travel. It also talks about listening to your intuition. Don't play the victim. It talks about your subconscious, your psychic visions, along all them lines. So balance spirituality and practicality. So become more practical with your emotions, because there is definitely a new cycle beginning for you. Something is being balanced out, or maybe you need to do some breathing exercises to balance out your head and your heart to trust your intuition more. All right. So we have a fiery climax approaches. Something is coming in very quickly for you. Something is coming in very, very quickly for you in this new moon energy. We have the Aries energy where Mars is conjunct in Aries. Mars conjunct Chiron in Aries. Chiron is the wounded warrior energy, helping you to whatever you're being triggered, Capricorn. You're being triggered. Something is coming in really quickly that's going to trigger you, Capricorn. And when this eruption happens, there's wounds that are very deep, deep, deep within you. That you may be angry. Lots of anger coming through here. Maybe feeling betrayed. So something could be coming your way. A message could be coming your way that could be very triggering for you. Like somebody could be sticking the knife in a wound, right? Or maybe reopening a wound, slicing it open. And this is because there is something within you that needs to be rebalanced. Some sort of an illusion or some sort of a hidden enemy. So be aware of that. Maybe a hidden enemy that you once had a relationship with or a past relationship with. That needs to be healed. All right. So yeah, Aries rules the first house, about self-appearance, first impressions, beginnings, your attitude, and identity. So yeah, there is a trigger coming really quickly here that is either about betrayal that's going to make you very angry. And it could have something to do with a hidden enemy. All right. Somebody could be feeling betrayed here. This is definitely something you need to face with the full moon energy. This is something that's coming up that you need to face. It's like reflection. Full moon to me is a light shining in the dark. This is something you need to reflect upon. Could have something to do with your attitude. It could have something to do with your identity. It could have something to do with the first impression or how you appear. Something may not be as it appears for some of you. All right. Give me Capricorn's energy. Solar plexus. So yeah, you're good. The solar plexus energy talks about reclaiming that power back. Right? It talks about reclaiming that power back. Where is it here? New moon aligns with the fixed star Algol, which can stir intensity and anger, feelings of betrayal, urging you to face your shadows to reclaim your personal power. So this trigger is coming up so that you can heal this wound and reclaim your power back. Stand in your power. Take leadership of your life. Yeah. So it talks about, this card in reverse talks about that power struggle. No longer in a power struggle. No longer allowing this drama to happen, to create obstacles in your journey, to block you from giving and receiving. You're going through that dark night of the soul here, Capricorn. You've been in solitude for a while. All right, give me one more card for Capricorn, please and thank you. Look, heartache and despair. What did I say? 333 could be significant. Yeah. Something about hanging on to something. 144 here. 414 could be significant. 144 could be significant. We have another 4. So 4144 could be significant. Look at all the 4s. You may need to go watch the Sagittarius video. This talks about, this is coming up to be healed. So you could have a blockage in your heart. And it's coming up so that this blockage can be healed. Finding that state of balance again between your head and your heart. Finding that state of balance between your head and your spirituality. Sagittarius rules the 9th house, higher education, travel, spirituality, right? Spirituality. Learning, philosophy, morals, and ethics. So yeah, something about your morals and ethics here. when it comes to romance. So you may be, it may have something to do with a third party situation. Maybe you're getting caught up for it, Capricorn. Being caught up for being in a third party situation. And you're going to be very triggered because you may not even realize that somebody else is, like, there is somebody else. But there's a lot of heartache and despair with this betrayal. See how she looks like she's in a dungeon? Look at the heart on her solar plexus. This is going to be heartbreaking. This betrayal is going to be heartbreaking. This communication, this conversation, is going to be very triggering, very wounding, and very heartbreaking. This betrayal, this message that's coming in. Let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and pull some clarification here. Like I said, this is coming in really quickly. And you're going to have to face it on the spot. Solar plexus for Capricorn. Solar plexus for Capricorn. Can I have one card, please? Solar plexus for Capricorn. Show me what's going on with this solar plexus. Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles talks about 7 and 3 is a 10. The Seven of Pentacles. All right, Capricorn. So I feel like you may feel as though you made a very bad investment. You did something very lack of long-term planning, poor returns, poor returns on investment. Yeah. Frustration with slow progress. So this is going to make you very frustrated. So whatever you put your time, your energy, and your focus into was a very bad investment. And now there could be some sort of a stop happening. You're realizing that you've wasted your time. You're very frustrated. This person could be lazy, or somebody could be calling you lazy. So you may be asked to cut your losses with this situation. All right. You may be asked to cut your losses with the heartache and loss with this relationship. Yeah, you hit a dead end. You hit a dead end. Where you put your time, your energy, and focus in, now you hit a dead end. And now you're going to have to cut your losses with this. Yep. You need to see something from a different perspective. We have the moon energy here. The Seven of Swords. Maybe somebody's in competition, or somebody's been attacking you, or maybe you're feeling attacked, right? Or maybe you're being defensive, right? And this is talking about seeing something from a different perspective, about some sort of an illusion that has come to a complete stop, right? A plan that you invested a lot of time and energy in did not work. It was a dud. So if you plan to attack somebody, it didn't work. So you're being asked this whatever this trigger is, you're just going to have to cut your loss. You're losing something. You could be losing some money. Something maybe you've been doing for the last 7 to 10 years. All right. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. All right, heartache and loss. Clarify heartache and loss. The Three of Swords. Heartache and loss. Yeah, 6 and a 7 is a 13. Yeah, 10 of Swords. So, yeah, you've been through a lot of pain and suffering, a lot of backstab and betrayal, right? But the 10 of Swords in reverse talks about being lifted up out of this now. All your pain and suffering that you've endured, you're being lifted up out of it, and you just now may have to cut your losses with this situation, because I feel like whatever happened here, it backfired. It backfired. It was a dud. It didn't work. 10 and a 3 is a 13. 10, 10 is 23, which is a 5. So something needs to change here. Something that you were hanging on to, you are now losing. 9 of Swords. Illusion. This mental illusion that you are worrying about. Anxiety. Causing, maybe you're having a lot of nightmares about it, right? In your dreams, you could be having a lot of nightmares. The 7 of Pentacles with the solar plexus. You just got to cut your losses because something didn't work. Something has finally come to a completion. 9 of Cups. Yes, something you were wishing for. Something you were wishing for is not being granted. So you're going to have to cut your losses here. Because it's over. It's done. It's completed. Magician. Yeah, Mercury conjunct. Right? Some idea that you had did not work. Now somebody's extremely paranoid. Right? Because somebody tamed that inner beast. Somebody took their power back from a situation. And now their new beginning is here. Right? Somebody is a womanizer. What did I say about third-party situation? Somebody could be married and having having an affair. What is completely over? What has ended with the heartache and loss? What is completely over for Capricorn with the heartache and loss? Judgment. Somebody's under judgment. Three is significant. Hierophant in reverse. Could be a coven. Could be some sort of a religious structure. Somebody's going, I feel like somebody is under judgment. Could be this coven. It's under judgment. Who is trying to control somebody's mind by going into their dreams, causing them a lot of nightmares. Right? Masking themselves as somebody who is a lover. Right? Due to rejection, feeling rejected. Right? Somebody who is going to learn a very hard lesson now. Because the work that they put in, right? There's that star energy. Feeling hopeless. Trying to make somebody feel hopeless by going into their dreams. Right? So now you have to cut your losses because something didn't work. You couldn't end something. Now somebody is under judgment. You may have to answer to the divine now. Something you were wishing for is not going to happen. So you just got to cut your losses. We've invested a lot of time and energy in doing this plan, but it backfired in your face. You could have worked with a bunch of people. So, Capricorn, you may be being called to do something. You may be called to lay it to rest. Again, to cut your losses. Was you working with a Pisces? Right? Was you working with a Pisces? With having this definitely talks about partnerships. Somebody may be getting a divorce. Somebody may be getting a divorce. Or maybe you are having an affair with a divorcee and you were already in a relationship. Alrighty, so clarify. Let's pull some crystal cards. So we have Phenacite, awareness, meditation, alignment, third eye, and crown chakra. I am spiritual. So yeah, this talks about balancing out your spiritual life and becoming more practical with your emotions, letting go of illusions, letting go of the heartache, and cutting your losses, because something is coming to a complete end here. Something has come to a complete end here. And there's nothing you can do about it. So wherever you invested your time, your energy, and your money into, where you put your time, your energy, and focus in, it didn't work. The plan backfired. Dioptase, I am attuned. Relaxation, meditation, alignment, heart chakra. Something is coming into alignment for somebody. Shiva Lingam, alligator, keeper of ancient wisdom, primal energy, and patience. Spirit of alligator, help me restore my connection to divine source so that I use this wisdom in making the best decisions for myself. Thank you, Aho. So, yeah, a connection with the divine is being restored for somebody here. And whoever invested their time, their energy, and focus in backstab and betrayal and in trying to end this divine connection, it backfired. Because somebody definitely with the Nine of Cups, see her communicating to the moon, has called her power back. Somebody cut some cords and called her power back, which has got somebody very triggered here because their betrayal did not work. Now somebody is under judgment. Somebody could also have heart issues. Look, armadillo, amethyst. Somebody set boundaries. Somebody set boundaries to protect their energy. Because I do feel there was a group of people who did something on a routine basis every moon cycle or every day or week, right? To try to backstab and betray or try to stab somebody in the back. But the divine intervened. The divine intervened. Now you have to cut your losses because somebody is under judgment. Alrighty, Capricorns, that's what I feel for you. So you're going to be triggered. When you find out who this is, you're going to be very, very triggered and very, very mad. Like a volcanic eruption is coming in very quickly, because that's what they're showing me, a volcanic eruption. For literally, there could very well be a volcanic eruption coming within the world. But I'm seeing on a personal level, yeah, this is going to be very triggering. Alrighty, give me a final message for Capricorn, please, and thank you. Surround yourself with protective energy, magic, direction, guardian. So a cycle is definitely closed here. And somebody is protected. Protected from some sort of magic. It's backfiring. Stag, trust and thrive, and Shaolin master, be graceful in movement and action. Come alive and thrive. Stand in your light and glory with grace and majesty. You have an opportunity to thrive. Trust in all that you have to offer. All your gifts, strength, and power, and make the most of it. You know what I just thought of? You know why you're going to be triggered? Because you're going to find out who did this. Because I just thought, I don't know what reading it was. Hold on a second here. We'll check it out. Where one of the readings that I did, I don't know which one it was. Capricorn, something about an ex wanting forgiveness for being a sneaky snake. Consequences is. This is the ex, I think, that's coming through here. You're going to be very triggered when you find out how truly sneaky this person was. And the consequences was jail time. So, yeah, this person's under judgment for the betrayal that they caused you. This hidden enemy with the Pisces energy, who worked with other people. It's going to be so triggering for you. You have an opportunity to thrive. Trust in all that you have to offer, all your gifts, strength, and power, and make the most of it. You were born to lead, and this can only become reality when you are willing to put yourself in that position. Stag energy allows you to feel safe because the antlers keep away anything that could interfere with your intelligence. And yeah, this person played you for stupid. They thought you were dumb. And their strength gives you the power to be agile in your thinking. You're being encouraged to retain your dignity and be proud of who you are and all that you've accomplished. This in turn will give you even more power to thrive onwards and upwards. So you're being asked to be quiet with your plans. You're definitely going to be single. I feel like, yeah, you're going to be so triggered with this. So triggered. But don't worry, because your spirit team, right? Your spirit team is calling judgment on them for possibly even trying to unalive you. But your spirit team stepped in and saved you, and they lifted you up out of this loss. And and reconnected you. They were trying to sever your connection to your divine. And they thought that they played on your intelligence. They played on your intelligence. Slow and steady. Breathe and flow. Take a gentler approach. You're being guided to flow like water, blow like air, and connect with your purest intentions. Don't feel you need to rush ahead. Yeah, that's what the new moon is telling you, right? Resist the urge to rush into a new decision. So resist the urge to rush ahead. A gentler approach will be more fruitful and rewarding. Move with subtlety and grace. Reach high, but don't also ask yourself how you can move with the flow of life rather than pushing against it. Do you have the capacity to refocus your gaze at this time? Can you slow down or take time to soften and breathe as you move forward? All of this will be incredibly beneficial for what happens next. Yeah. So you're also being asked to call in your spirit team to protect you. Okay? Because a cycle has definitely completed. This reminds me of the World card, where you have the opportunity to choose a new direction. So don't fixate on this person. Don't fixate on the wound. Don't fixate on the betrayal, the backstab, right? It's time to cut your losses. Yes, you may put a lot of time, energy, and focus into a relationship, but it's time to cut your losses, because I feel like you got something new coming in with the Sun card. You are divinely protected. The angels come in and lifted you up out of this situation. Somebody, I feel like, was really trying to unalive you. And you're going to be so triggered when you find out the truth. Thank you for watching.